Morning. Welcome to my show. It's the Victor Wilt program. I guess we could talk about boxing. Tonight, Mike Tyson taking on YouTuber Jake Paul. And I'm a little hyped on this. I'm a little bit hyped on this. Watched the 3-episode kind of preview thing with my lady that's on Netflix that, essentially is there to hype up the fight. And I'm seeing a lot of different talk online about this fight. A lot of people thinking it's going to be a big disappointment, which it could be. If you've watched boxing before, sometimes they just dance around, there's not a lot of action, no real going toe-to-toe. It's very technical, and then you get the decision at the end. Boring. I want to see all-out war. That's what I want to see. Because Mike Tyson's a scary monster. And if he unleashes, true Mike Tyson fury, he would just slay Jake Paul. I don't think there's any question there, even at his age. But, I've been wrong about a million things, so who knows what'll actually happen. There's a video making the rounds from last night. They did the final weigh-in. And Mike Tyson claims he was fed up with Jake Paul talking a bunch of crap, and I guess he stepped on his foot, supposedly. So Mike Tyson just slapped him in the face. Just a nice... Yeah, that got me a little bit hyped. I hope we see some real action. Watching the preview thing that they had on Netflix, there's an opening fight between two female fighters that are supposed to be the best in the world. I think that one's going to be excellent for sure. So we'll get at least one boxing match that is legit. I just never know when it comes to these big spectacles. All right. There's a lot of money involved. You never know if behind the scenes, these guys, they're like buddies and they're like, we'll go out, we'll give a show, and we'll just take it easy on each other. I don't know. It's going down is it 6 p.m. tonight? I keep trying to bring up the time, and all of these websites are like, you need to subscribe. You need to subscribe if you want to have that information. It's like, well, I could fire up my Netflix and just check it out, but I don't want to log in. Okay. Tonight? What? This is so stupid. I'm at USA Today. They're like, when is it? What time? They have all these different sections. Yeah, it's going to be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when the coverage will start, anyhow. So who knows when the actual fight will end up happening. Far as I know, only one other fight on the card. That matchup between the two women who I can't seem to find their names in the article here. Looks like betting odds. BetMGM thinks that Jake Paul's going to win. Guess we'll have to find out tonight. Probably be the most watched boxing match of all time, since it's not pay-per-view. Remember pay-per-view? I don't know if that's even a thing anymore. But yeah, that was generally why you'd hear about boxing matches after the fact. I have a feeling this will be what most people are doing this evening. So we'll talk about the results on Monday. I hope it's not just a big fat disappointment. I hope there's some real action and it's a lot of fun. All right, back in a minute. All right, this is kind of rude of me, so I'll apologize in advance, but yesterday I talked about how the word moist bothers people. Well, I came across a thread of completely normal things that really grosses people out. And I figured, it's about 7 a.m., people getting ready for the day, maybe having a little bit of breakfast. How bad could these things be, right? They're completely normal, all right? Things we all see. But this might disgust you. It might disgust me. I only read one of them, and I was like, yeah, that's gross. So if this makes you want to vomit, I'm sorry. Okay? All right, completely normal things that really gross you out. People licking their fingers to grab something they hand over to you, like money or whatever. That does really gross me out. All right? Nobody wants your spit on anything that's getting handed to you. Yeah? Ugh. Yeah. And also, if you're dealing with cash, I don't know. Cash is so disgusting to me. I worked in retail for a long time, ran a cash register, and when you wash your hands after an hour of handling cash, the black sludge that pours off of your hands, like, if you have been handling cash, you do not want to put your fingers in your mouth, okay? That is grody. Grody. Yeah, I always did think it was weird when people would lick their fingers to grab something. Yeah, hang on. Here. Ugh. Okay, what else do we have? Dried milk that forms a crust of horror in and around the cap of the milk jug. Yeah, that's kind of gross. That's kind of gross. How about breathing the air in public restrooms? Is that something you want to think about at 7 a.m.? Yeah, you walk in, it's kind of steamy. I was on a road trip recently, so a lot of trips to the public restroom. You pull over to one of those rest areas. Some are much worse than others. You walk in and breathing the air in public restrooms. How about just having to breathe the air in a room that is hot from too many people being in a space? You ever walk into a school? Yeah, that's like the worst smell in the air. Walking into a school. Ugh. Back with my kids, it would be like, oh, it's parent-teacher conference time. You walk in there and, there's just a funk in the air from all of those filthy children. Another place that's just hot and steamy and smelly and gross. Ugh. Okay, how about people who talk and are unaware of a little spit collecting at the corners of their mouth? Does that happen to me? I mean, I'm a little bit of a mushmouth sometimes, so... What about when you just accidentally spit on people when you're talking? I mean, I don't think that happens to everybody. When we were young, we'd call it gleeking. Just all of a sudden, a fountain of spit goes flying out of your mouth. Disgusting. Sorry if I've ever spit on you in person. I didn't mean to. How about sitting on a toilet seat right after someone else has just done the same? I guess you ladies probably deal with that all the time, but... something pretty grody about a warm toilet seat. Oh, here's one that grosses people out. Listening to someone chewing. My apologies for all of the times that I have chewed as loudly as possible into the microphone. I don't know why I get a kick out of doing stupid things like that, but I've done it. I've done it many a time. I don't think it's as bad as, smelling the air in a public restroom. Anyway, all right, I'll stop with the gross stuff. Even though it is fun. There's something that makes me laugh about just reading gross things on the air. All right, you may not want to hear this, but the holiday season has arrived. You know how I know? Because in 1 hour... from now, and if you're listening to this on demand, it's definitely already happened. Classy 97, My Neighbors Down the Hall at 8 a.m., transforming into the Christmas music channel. That's right. I was reading an article about how do you know when Christmas season is truly here? And 20% of people said when you hear Christmas songs on the radio. Now, before you start complaining, I don't want to hear Christmas songs already. I mean, no one's forcing you to listen to them. But I have been listening to Christmas songs for at least a month, all right? At least a month. I've been reading the names and information on Christmas songs for even longer than that. because it takes a little while to get the classy Christmas library ready to go. And as the music guy around here, I take my job very seriously. All right, there's an easy way to do Christmas music on the radio, the way most people do it. What's everybody else playing? And you just play the same crap year after year. I don't do it that way. No, I take the same approach as I do to all of our radio channels here. And I find the best of the best. I really dig in and do a lot of research. And this year, I want to say we put in about 65 songs that have never been played before on Classy Christmas. And these are all songs that, in general, it doesn't appear radio's playing. And they're like big hit songs. Songs that you will remember from your childhood or are from like the last decade. And there are popular Christmas songs from the last decade, but most radio stations, they don't play them. You know, it's a long, deep topic that I could babble on about forever, but I'm not going to. I'm just letting you know that if you, say, work in a business that wants to get festive, don't use one of those online playlists. All right, they're going to suck. Just tune into Classy. We worked very hard on it. It'll be really good. It'll be really fun. And that is kicking off in less than an hour from now, 8 a.m. They're flipping the big switch and becoming the Christmas music channel. I mean, aside from that, I would assume most people assume the holiday season's here when they see Christmas stuff in the store. But that starts happening during Halloween. I'd say Christmas on the radio is the official kickoff of the holiday season. And yeah, we're kind of starting early this year on Classy, but today, 8 a.m., if you've had it with rock and metal and you want to get in the Christmas spirit, there you go. Check out my homies down the hall, Classy 97. And if you hate the playlist, well, I'm the most to blame, all right? Josh gets blamed a little bit, but I'll take most of the blame for that one, all right? You're welcome. You ready to party? You ready to go hard? Gravy shots. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, apparently there's a restaurant in South Carolina. They mix gravy and whiskey for a savory drink. Ugh. Now, gravy, not bad, all right? Put it on some mashed potatoes. Put it on some turkey. I don't know about mixing it with whiskey, though. It just don't sound like it's going to be very good, okay? Ugh. Anyway, if you're looking to go hard on Thanksgiving, you can do that, or I guess drink another disgusting holiday beverage like eggnog. You know, just sometimes you got to stick with the classics, okay? Holiday beverages can be pretty vile. There's a lot of disgusting holiday foods. Eggnog is one of them. If you've never tried fruitcake, Peaches and I had that, I don't know, last year or the year before. It was hideous. I never thought that something that was, fruit and cake could be gross, but it was. It tasted like cough syrup. It was disgusting. What is up with weird holiday foods? And I'm not going to start bashing pumpkin spice. That, at least, for the most part, as far as I can think of, most of the concoctions I have consumed with pumpkin spice in it, not too shabby. But fruitcake and eggnog, and now gravy shots. Ugh. Yeah, why is anybody complaining about pumpkin spice season when people are getting wacky like this? And I'm the brutal beef guy. You'd think a meaty cocktail. Yeah. Oh, delicious. I'd probably try it. It's not something we can do on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem. So it's not going to happen. I'd do it as a goof. I'd do it for the gram, nice reel on Instagram. But, just in my own spare time at home, I don't think that's going to happen. No, I'll stick with, I've been drinking seltzer, a nice polar seltzer, and some kombucha. I had a kombucha for breakfast today. Look at me. Won't you have a gravy shot, weakling? It's too early. Too early for gravy shots, all right? If I was going to do that, well, the bosses would not be happy, but you pour them up, go celebrate the launch of Christmas music on Classy. Boy, would I be escorted out of here quickly. Christmas music launching on Classy in 9 minutes. 9 minutes, people, till Christmas season is officially here. Looks like they've got Christmas decorations up down there. I might have to pop in and say hello. If you want to listen to the big Christmas music launch where they pull the big switch, it's happening at 8 a.m. So I think I might have to join them for that. Okay. I somehow got way behind. What am I doing? I need to get ready for Freak News. I want to hear their launch. We might flip over and see how they do it. Josh was like, I put together this big thing to kick off the Christmas music. Here, let's turn this down, see what's going on over there. All right, they're still rocking some Tom Petty. We'll keep that going in the background here. The new police chief in Los Angeles says people aren't calling the police enough, and that needs to change. That's right. They want you to call the cops because crime is trending down. They're like, hey, what's going on? What's going on here? I know we got crime in this city. Call us and tell us about it. Yeah, contrary to what you might hear, crime is going down. So you criminals, you need to up your game. Maybe that's why I can't find Freak News half the time. Nobody's out there committing crimes. Nobody getting into the stupid. No, I'm not trying to encourage criminal behavior, okay? Don't do it. Let's go ahead and stick with no criminal behavior, all right? Let's make the world sunshine and rainbows. But if you're in LA and you're just bored, call the cops because I guess they're bored. They got nothing to do without the crime rates on the rise. Let's see here. Why do I have so many tabs open that are just garbage? Armpit hair fire causes crash that injures teens. Yeah, if your friend's driving, even though it might be funny, don't reach over with a lighter and set their armpit hair on fire, okay? This was in Boise. So the Ada County Sheriff's Office, they're getting calls, not having the problems that LA is. Crash happened at about 5:30 a.m. on Columbia Road between Meridian and Linder Roads. Yeah, 18-year-old Tristan Myers was driving when his front seat passenger, a 16-year-old boy, set his armpit hair on fire, and then they rolled their Ford Bronco. They're okay. They're okay. Also, these idiots, none of them were wearing seatbelts, okay? Wear a seatbelt. What's wrong with you people? It's the law, and it'll keep you alive if your friend lights your armpit hair on fire. Oh, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time to flip the big switch.
Christmas music has arrived.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy 24/7 Christmas music.
Okay, Rudolph, full power.
The snowman was a jolly happy soul.
Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
You are now listening to the Christmas Music Channel, Classy 97. KLCE-FM and KLC.
All right, are they not going to talk? I wanted to pass judgment on their Christmas commentary. Maybe they're just going to play a song. I'm working hard on the show today, can't you tell? Just tuning into other radio stations. Okay, I guess they're not going to talk. Christmas has arrived, everybody. That's Freak News. It's November 15th. and Christmas has arrived. The official kickoff of Christmas is whenever Classy starts playing Christmas music, and that is right now. So Merry Christmas, everybody. You know what? We're going to have to start our show with a Christmas song. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to start it with my favorite Christmas song, okay? I'm going to kick off this next hour with it. I hope you enjoy it. It's a Christmas classic from Typo Negative. We'll be back. Typo Negative, Redwater, Christmas morning, kicking off the Christmas season here on K-Bear. Our friends down the hall, Classy, kicked off Christmas, so I figured we had to as well with a very uplifting Christmas classic. Redwater, Christmas morning. Morning with a U. What's up, everybody? It's the Victor Wilt Show, a little after 8 o'clock. Hey, start thinking about those traffic school questions, okay? If you have anything you'd like to ask me and Lieutenant Crane, he'll be in about a half hour. We'll kick off traffic school powered by the advocates answering your questions about the law. Number to call will be 208-535-1015. It's a live call-in program that relies on you to make it happen. So you got a half hour to think of anything you'd like to ask about the rules of the road, and we will go ahead and get you some answers. So tune in, check out Traffic School, kicking off in about a half hour. Also, if you haven't voted in the poll I posted in the K-Bear group on Facebook, you should. Let me refresh things here, see where our voting's at. I was looking at the rock radio charts, and there are 2 songs in the top 10 that we're not playing. Those being Hardy, Psycho, and Jelly Roll, Liar. You know, I thought they were a little too country for K-Bear, so we haven't been playing them, but they're big rock radio hits. So I figured I'd mix it up a little bit and leave it up to y'all to decide one of 3 songs for us to add to rotation. We got those 2 country songs, Jelly Roll, Liar, Hardy, Psycho, and I figured I'd throw in a curveball and toss Lady Gaga, Disease into the mix. So whichever song you want me to add to rotation, go listen to all 3, Jelly Roll, Liar, Hardy, Psycho, Lady Gaga, Disease, and vote on your favorite. I don't know why I get these wild ideas sometimes, but currently, you know, voting's tight between Jelly Roll and Lady Gaga. Hardy not faring so well. So we need your votes. Go check out the poll in the K-Bear group on Facebook. I'm very interested to see where this will go. Because one song, the Lady Gaga, clearly not getting any rock radio play anywhere. The other 2 songs, again, both in the top 10 on the rock radio chart. So I didn't vote in the poll yet. All right. I don't want to influence things by letting people know my vote. So you get over there and vote, and we'll check out the results later on. I don't know, maybe Monday or something. I don't know. I'm just having some fun here. And try to be nice to each other in the comments as well. All right, gonna be back in a second. Hang on. It's the Victor Wilt Show. All right, I'm gonna refresh my poll here, Peaches, because I said whichever song was winning at the end of Lincoln Park, I was going to play to end the Victor Wilt Show.
This election's rigged.
At this point, I think they're all rigged. That's for sure.
That's right.
Except for this poll. So, all right. The current results of listeners picking a song to add to rotation from 2 artists that are in the top 10 on the rock radio charts, Jelly Roll and Hardy, 2 songs. One of them's at number 2. Jelly Roll's number 2 on the rock radio charts. Hardy's, I think, at number 8.
Now, before you say the results, I think Jelly Roll's best song from Jelly Roll and Jelly Roll overall is getting shoved down people's throats.
Well,
I think there's a good amount of people following him and liking him and stuff, but not necessarily a lot of people who listen to us say, "Oh, I love Jelly Roll getting played on K-Bear."
No, I mean we've gotten good feedback on some of his other tracks when we played them, but a lot of his songs are just, to me, too country.
They are,
you know,
or too poppy.
Yeah, so these particular 2 songs were just too country for me for K-Bear. So I threw the wild card in there of Lady Gaga. And I was just curious to see how our rock and metal audience would vote with those options. I figured Jelly Roll would win. Jelly Roll did not win.
I saw the results.
But this poll's going to keep going, everybody. This is just the end of the morning show numbers where I said I would play the song that was winning at the time. Here, hold on.
Did you tag everybody in the group on that post?
No, I did not.
Okay.
People seem to be getting mad about that.
Oh, who cares? Kick them out. I don't care.
Well, this isn't vital. If we were doing a big giveaway or something.
Like I talked about it on my show with the whole Linkin Park album playthrough. I'm like, I can't wait to see the online departures of I will be tuning into Spotify.
Yeah. So again, you have all day to vote in this poll because I'm curious to see how it'll turn out by the end of things. So far, nobody's even started yelling at me in the comments, which I thought was kind of funny. Some of you are missing the point of the poll by giving me song suggestions. That's not the point of the poll. That's why I made it so you couldn't add additional things to the poll.
I did like Joe's comment. He was talking about New Paleface, and I'm like, that New Paleface song's barely 2 minutes. It's not even a real song. It's more so like a clap-along, sing-along transition song they have for the new album.
Yeah, so, we're fine with you giving us song suggestions, but that doesn't mean it's going to affect this poll, this stupid poll I put up for, my own enjoyment. So anyway, the current winner is Lady Gaga. You think people get mad when we play Eminem on K-Bear?
Or Olivia Rodrigo.
People liked when we played Olivia Rodrigo. And I've said it a few times over the last week. I think this song is a great song. So here we go. Peace, people. Thank you again for tuning in to The Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.